What's up? What's up?
Alright, Royale Cheese, huh? What do we got going on here today?
How you doing, my brother? What's the word? What's the word?
Everything's great. Okay, yeah. Alright. Oh. Here at Tell Light Is, we like to speak to the up-and-coming artists that's out here doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's lit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Ruin your body. Royal cheese, is it cheese that's royal? Is it tomatoes on the cheese or is it royal cheese?
Nah. It's a quarter pounder with cheese in French. It's from the movie Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
I don't know these things. You know, you give me a top goal.
You know that movie? It's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
No, I don't know that one. We're here because they say you can rap.
Yeah, most definitely.
You.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
Oh,
You want to rap now?
come on.
Hey, yo. Who got beat? I'm your landlord in the winter fucking heat. Money in your spot. I make her out of leave to kiss the floor. Tied up in bondage. She be my S&M whore. Knock.
Excellent. Ah, yeah. All right. Excellent.
I mean,
people.
I was about to do the punchline.
This interview has been brought to you by Bojangles Fried Chicken, my favorite fried chicken out there. To go get it one down, fish in the sea. Go get yourself some fried chicken.
I ain't even getting like four.
Royale with cheese. The cheese that's royal. And don't let it spoil you. Your plans is going for you, and make sure if you're cooking that crack, you know.
Wait, I thought you was my brother. I thought you was interviewing me. I was in the middle of the rap.
It's been excellent. It's been great. I hope you do well.
My man, I just walked in the door. The interview is over.
My name is Johnson and Johnson. Alright.
Dallas, I will repeat with the greatest regret, two priests who were with President Kennedy say he has died of bullet wounds.
Yo, I'm like a magpie flying through the skies and I'm mad high. Ran into the flock and they can't rhyme. Had a touchdown at the 35. Diddy even checked my bags right. Cause it's fine, but that I didn't hide. Tell me to sound I can't cry. Now I'm on record with the FBI. I tell them the truth cause I can't lie. Had work in the red J5s. With the graphs to match and they mad fine. Angry, desperate like an immigrant. Just a hard worker brother who wanna see his kids again. Doesn't make sense how you gotta see it in the States, but you still got static with the feds. They snatch you from your bed, looking like the movie Vendetta. But B ain't here to save your necks. Remember, the 5th of November, the gun smoke thickens. I'm light as a feather, it can't get better or worse, unless I get put in the hurts. The color of my skin may be cursed since birth. 8 little kids from the border got murked, but it ain't on the news. Now we look like fools. The kids ain't safe. They throwing them away. They using them as bait. They locked them in the cage. 8 dead kids in a year. That's a motherfucking shame. I'm focused. I'm sharper than the blade. I'm day walking. The feds got me lurking in the shade. Mama said to pray, so I'ma pass the mic off to the black Bruce Wayne.
JFK, we one hit away. Man down, we ain't come to play. Ride out, we bout it every day. Load up, we ought to let it spray. JFK, we want to hit away. Man down, we ain't come to play. Ride out, we bout it every day. Load up, we ought to let it spray. Let it spray. JFK. Money in the bank, I ain't tripping, no. Kingpin with the pen, what you inking, no. Before IG models, we had centerfolds. Forget a IG model, I can send for those. Straight shot, no strays, you was meant for those. Sure shot, no strays, this a hit for bro. JC, debonair, it's the give and go. Whatever he don't kill, I'ma finish off. Forget it, bro, yeah, it's dead when we in the bro. Big brand hero, though, y'all be moving dinner rolls. Centipede with the arms, too many go. Henny in me like a Hemi in me when I'm ready to go. Chefing up like Raekwon, you already know. It's like a chef like Ramsay, every play to go. Just that JFK, we gon' ride slow. Send them the guard off guard when we let it show. JFK, we wanna hit away. Man down, we ain't come to play. Ride out, we bout it every day. Load up, we ought to let it spray. JFK, we wanna hit away. Man down, we ain't come to play. Ride out, we bout it every day. Load up, we ought to let it spray.
Off to get the bag while I'm curving
living in hate. I've been at it for a while, a lot of fuel in the tank. Love to anyone who ever helped me out on the way. Paying carousel your life when you don't learn from mistakes. That leveled at the neck from the money you spend. Pay 100 on a bill, spend 100 again. She fucked him and you forgave it, she gon' fuck him again. Eve told us love was blind, I ain't listen back then. My nigga JC wanna rap and I wish him the best, but I would never wanna wish him my stress, especially when I'm steady trying to get at your necks. And people really go overboard when it come to respect. I understand it, I ain't really coming off as a threat, but understand this, if I had to, I would ride off a check with no regrets. How I handle a threat, I never flex. Give a fuck another, think they're the best. No disrespect, I make art, but it ain't to impress. Hey, we wanna hit away. Man down, we ain't come to play. Ride out, we bout it every day. Load up, we ought to let it spray. JFK, we wanna hit away. Man down, we ain't come to play. Ride out, we bout it every day. Load up, we ought to let it spray.
Peace, 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 peace.
Yep.
It's the God Mathematics.
And I'm Rod.
And we are the Hangout, you heard?
Yep.
We are back for episode 14.
14.
It is real deal Holyfield. We've been doing this for more than 3 months now.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, 3 months and going.
Rest in peace to our brother Woody Wood, a.k.a. the man on the couch, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Ed McMahon, a.k.a. Spazer.
Yep.
You will never be forgotten. You are the official third member of the Hangout, and we will always say your name. We will always represent you at all times.
Yes.
You heard?
Yes, all the time.
But before we get into anything, we got to get into the business. And you know what the business is? The business is, shout out to all of our S.STREET Media family. We are the plug, a.k.a. Promotions, who is here. The House of Hip Hop, Who's Styling Who, Code 31, Grindhard TV. So many. The Vandal Hour, which is back, and we're back like cooked crack.
Yes.
You heard? Numbers is looking stupid.
Tune into that.
Yeah, shout out to the 1718 Collective, Get Fed Records, Made for Kings. I'm just going off the top of my head. Damn, write this shit down today.
Freestyle, baby. That's what we do.
I'm in the booth. I'm in the booth.
Right,
but
like Jay-Z.
You heard? We have family in the building today. They've been talking on our live for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Holding it down when I was doing that technical shit.
Yeah, we good.
But we have family in the building. I am reiterating that. Family in the building. Underline that. Throw some air quotes like them other people be doing.
What
That's
they be
right.
We are the plug in the building.
What's up?
It is not a game. She is one of our loyal supporters.
Yes.
She usually might be on live when we on. But we also have, it's not just one person in We Are the Plug. We stands for more than one person. Exactly. If you understand the English vocabulary.
Hey.
Yo, God, tell them who you is, man.
Yo, my name is Tassin, a.k.a. Too Tough.
Ooh.
All right?
You heard.
Heard him.
You heard.
Heard him.
Queen, real quick. For the people who may not heard of We Are the Plug or a.k.a. Promotions, give them a rundown.
All right. So real quick, because I could talk, but real quick, AKA Promotions is a promotion company. So basically, I support anybody that has a business, that has a company, that's an artist, that's a manager, that any type of entrepreneur. I support them. I promote them via social media, through having events. I also have a podcast. We Are the Plug. and that's where we do the interviews. So I try to make it where the people that I'm interviewing, there's other avenues that they can get into. It's not just the interview and that's it. So, yeah, like I said, AKA Promotions is about promoting whoever needs to be promoted or whoever wants to be promoted. And that's what I do.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Before you came to S.STREET Media, where was you doing your show at?
Oh, I was with
It's all right. Everybody over 40 in this room right now. Everybody's over 40.
I was with Face the Reality Radio.
Okay.
With Tim. He's the head honcho over there. He has so many things going on: clothing line, studio, radio station, just everything. So he's like a one-stop shop for real. So I started out with him. And, you know, he got me into doing, you know, just speaking, being on camera and, you know, just being a part of his interviews that he would have and, you know, make it accessible for me to just jump in. And that's basically what happened. So I always shout him out. Shout out to you, Tim.
Yeah, we're not haters. We're not haters.
Never.
We're not haters. We support all businesses.
Yeah, and it's never beef. You know, everybody has their ladder that they have to take to get to where they want to go. And my ladder, it took me this way. And, you know, I'm very thankful. So, you know, shout out to Mav, Get Fed, Sosa, you know, everybody, Anya, Kim King, everybody. You know, all the people that I'm running into, you know, like the energy is everything. So I'm just thankful for these opportunities. And we going to get into it. We're going to talk about the event and all of that because I have stuff to say about that. But basically, that's what AKA Promotions is about.
That's what's up.
So if you didn't hear her, she is a brand that helps other brands, that puts the highlights and puts attention on other brands. She also interviews. She throws events. That's what she does. Exactly. And she does it from the heart, and that's the reason why I think she's separated from all the others that do it. She does it from the heart. She's investing into other people as much as she invests in herself. And whether that investment comes in time or whether it comes in finance, she's investing, you know, which... You know, today's conversation is going to go into some things about people supporting people and stuff like that. I definitely want to have that conversation because I see it all the time on the internet. And creators like ourselves definitely question that support thing. But before we get into all of that deep shit, also make sure you check us out on YouTube at S.STREET Media. You can check us out on Instagram at S_street_media. You can check us on live 365 at S.STREET Media Radio. Be a subscriber, not a ghost one. Don't be a ghost rider. We don't fuck with those. Nope. Be a motherfucking subscriber. The numbers is looking crazy. I have no complaints. Shout out to Finland, who supports S.STREET Media. One of our biggest fans is not one of our biggest fans. One of our biggest fan bases is Finland.
Wow, that's what's
more than Brooklyn. What the fuck is going on?
And we right around the corner.
Wow.
What the fuck is going on?
Right here in the heart of it.
The Finland people are showing us more support than New York City.
Exactly.
That sounds crazy. That sounds like a paradox. And that's going to go back into our support thing.
Exactly.
You know, but we're going to not touch that right now.
Hey, yo.
Oh, yeah. Before we get into all of that real quick, I just want to throw this out there. Please, please, please. AKA Promotions 21 on YouTube. AKA Promotions on YouTube. Please go subscribe. I have videos from when I was at the other studio. If you want to get a feel of me, I have videos from being with Street Media. So, and I have more content that I'm about to put up and stuff, but I definitely want to get the viewers up. So yes, go subscribe.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe, man. That's support comes in many ways. It don't come from always $1. It comes sometimes from you just pushing a button.
Yes.
Click.
Push a button.
Click.
Do we got to run up in your crib, have a hammer to your head, and be like, "Oh yeah, this is a pause-free go. This is a pause. This is a pause go zone.
Okay.
Pause
okay.
go zone.
Okay.
So my bad, but sometimes you gotta be more. You know, I gotta get more expressive with my words and choose better words. But I was smoking 2 seconds before I jumped on camera. So it's like that. And that's the way it is. And we're not gonna go
Nah.
because this is a pause go zone. This is a pause go zone, man.
Pause.
But we have some events coming up.
Yes, we do have events. coming up.
If you don't know, we are a company that do events outside of podcasting. We also have a radio station.
Yes.
We do a lot of things here at S.STREET Media. So, tap in. Tap in. It's real.
Tap in.
So we have some events coming up. We have our New Year's Eve party happening at a disclosed location.
Tell nobody.
Body.
You heard?
You heard? Definitely.
But it's going down.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
Okay.
Big doors. Yeah. We also have the La Bella Diaries EP release event happening on December 15th.
Yes.
I am the host
Definitely.
with
gotta
the
come out.
most.
Yes.
You heard? And in my old days, leave you ghost. Yes.
Out the picture.
Yeah. That night, I will be doing what I do best, and that's talk shit on a audio device.
Hey.
You heard? The audio device. Shout out to my man, Woody Wood. So I'll be hosting the La Bella Diaries EP release party. Shout out to Anna La Bella. If you don't know who Anna La Bella,
Smack yourself.
the Queen mentioned her earlier. Anna La Bella is a dope MC representing the Bronx, New York. She has a new single out called Wait. Just recently, Shampoo for YNVS was just listening to on Instagram. If you follow Shampoo,
Yes.
tap in
That's a
and
fan.
check her out because he previewed her music, the song Wait.
That's what's up.
So that's a extraordinary thing.
Yeah,
If
I
you don't
definitely want to go get that.
if you don't know who Shampoo is a person that's a part of Def Jam Records. He's been part of Def Jam Records for years. He is like the head of the street team, and plus he like ushers people around New York who comes from other places. He's like the dude, basically. I don't know what title it is, but he's like the dude. Shout out to Shampoo, man.
Yeah, shout out to.
Doing big things too. Pause. We also have the Hill Fest
Yes.
mental health event coming up on December 20th. And that's happening at 2 Prince Street. It's going to be a serious situation with performers. We're going to have people talking about mental health. We're going to be having supplies or information to give out to people.
Yep.
We might even have people giving testimony. But it's happening on December 20th. We have artists that's going to be there. We're also going to have an art therapy session going on. It's going to be a lot of different things. And we have like 14 performers that's going to be doing a thing on our stage. There is no stage, but you get the point. You get the point.
Hey, get it.
They'll be in front of the crowd.
That's a better part of the stage.
Yeah.
You got.
Last but not least but not last, we have the BeatCon 13 samples, loops, and one-shots. Pause.
Hey.
It sounds like a pause. I don't even know why, but it sounded like a pause deserves to be there.
Yeah, one shot. Like, that's
Yeah. It could have been me getting money for rent. Right? But it didn't have deal with an end. You know what I mean? So it threw me off. Yeah, but we got Beacon happening. We're doing it with Primo Bozo. Shout out to Primo
shout
Bozo,
out.
a.k.a. Mailbox Recordings, a.k.a. Veta,
Yes.
and 10 Push-Ups, who is also a part of the S.STREET Media team. We have Beacon happening. It's a producer showcase. We will be showcasing beats from producers from all over New York City. It's our 13th one. Actually, it's probably our 12th because I think, or our 11th because we skipped a couple of numbers on purpose. On purpose, just some real crazy. No, we did it on purpose. We was like, yo, it's Beatcon 4. Let's go to 6.
Yo, that's because the Bozos did it.
Yeah, Primo. Shout out to the Primo Bozos. That was their idea, but I definitely stamped that shit. I approve it. It was approved. So that's what's happening for December right now. We also have some other things coming up. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to throw it out there. It's not solidified, but it's solidified. We're having an art show at our headquarters, at our new space, where it's going to be crazy. It's happening on possibly February 10th, I might say, but it's going down. Your man is being put into boards.
Hey, yo.
Boards.
Oh, all right.
Boards.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to be sitting in on boards. They want me to be part of the motherfucking board.
Hey.
You heard? So it's happening. Big things happening. So we're going to have that happening in February. Also, we'll be throwing individual art shows at the office. Also, starting with the YNN show, we have the Hop show after that, and we might have the STEM one after that. In between, more art shows. We're doing it serious.
All right, big pause.
This is S.STREET Media, the Hangout. This is where we talk S.STREET Media shit. We're S.STREET Media people. You heard?
Shout out to all the S.STREET Media family.
That's a fact. So we gotta go through the business.
Everybody.
We want people to watch this and get information. Last episode, 250 plus viewers. You heard?
Yes, fam.
And that doesn't include our shorts. Our shorts is going stupid, man. The Flatbush Brownsville one going stupid. The Mexican pizzerias in New York. And so our numbers is looking crazy, man. They're talking about us where we got these streets a buzz. They're not giving us our props, but we do. We just taking it.
Listening.
Pause.
Listening.
Pause. We taking it like a chomo. Pause.
Hey, yo.
That would be great for a short. So, say whatever y'all want to say. But we're creating content. We're creating content. This is what we do.
That's it.
So now, before we get into what we have here, we're going to talk to our guest tonight, a.k.a. Promotions, a.k.a. We Are The Plug.
Yep.
We just do an event with y'all.
Yes.
It was a successful event.
Yes, it really was. Yes.
It was crazy.
Event. Definitely.
It was crazy for our first event together.
Yes.
It was a great situation. Shout out to the DJ that we had to let go.
Moment of silence for the DJ because we already know. But definitely.
But check this out. That's my man, DJ Polarity, man. He been hitting me up. That's still the goal.
Yes.
We still rock.
Yeah, shout out for coming through.
But yeah, he definitely, our energies bumped heads.
Yeah.
Pause.
Polarity wasn't on.
Yeah. Know what it was? It was just that when there's a lot of pressure going on, a lot of people react differently.
Yes.
So it's not. It was nothing personal.
You can't hold it against nobody. Yeah.
It wasn't nothing personal. That's my man. We still do business together. But yeah, shout out to DJ Polarity. But that night was crazy.
shout out to you as well, because that happened. Not everybody even knew. It wasn't even a hiccup in the show. Everything flowed regular. So shout out to you for being able to jump in that spot and keep it moving like that. That's great.
That's what we do. That's what we do. The show must go on.
Yes.
And that night was dope, man. How did you feel about what was going on that night?
Like I was explaining to y'all the night of the event, it's just the before not knowing is a little nerve wracking, not knowing who's gonna show up, you know, how everything is gonna go, and so that was a little crazy. But once the night started and everyone started coming in, the energy was just there. I didn't have, you know, I had a little hiccup in the very beginning, little one, but that was handled quickly. But after that, like I said, everyone that was coming, the energy was there. Everybody was ready to perform. You know, they was able to get in their mode. They mixing, mingling. They was playing little games on the side. The energy was just, it was great. So for it to have been my first event with Street Media, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy and proud that everything worked out the way it did. Shout out to all of the artists that came through.
Facts.
Because when I say y'all came to do it. Y'all didn't come to play. And it was just great performances from everyone that came. I'm not gonna go into the one by one names because, you know, it's all over. But everybody that came through, you know what I'm saying, especially my cousins and my nephew.
Family.
You know,
definitely.
yes, my
That's
family
exactly
that
what it's
came
about.
out and supported, and honestly, I'm gonna be so honest right now. The numbers that I'm getting is like baby numbers as far as views and likes on social media. But to me, it's the most likes, views, comments that I've gotten on Instagram since I've started Instagram with anything that I've done. That event right there opened the doors for so many people to start inboxing me, asking me about interview. When you having another event? And that's another thing I want to say to the artists. Thank y'all for hitting me up and letting me know how much fun y'all had and how eager y'all are for me to do another one, because that helps. Like, and there's gonna be another one coming for the new year. We gonna get all the particulars together, but we could definitely go and do it again. And shout out to Street Media, because it's not easy working with people. And I'm a particular person. I have a quick temper. You know, it could get real crazy sometimes. So we didn't have none of that. You know what I'm saying? Everything just works smooth. So I'm just thankful for the whole experience.
Yo, shout out to the 8 security guards. Shout out to the 8 security guards that was able to still have people sneaking. Shout out to all of them. You know what I mean? Without y'all, a couple of people would have had to pay.
Gosh almighty. How you had that happen?
Yo, I'm going to say that when the performance is going on, everybody's engaged. And I think that's kind of like the way Karma is positioned. It has it that everyone is facing towards the stage. And so their back is towards the door. And so that's where the quagmire happens. So, but what we have to do is one person cannot be watching the event from performance view. One person got to be in mode. That's it.
And let me tell you, regardless of what positions other people have, when you are throwing an event, you're on your feet that whole night. You're moving. I was from the front. I'm outside making sure people not doing nothing stupid. I'm in the thing trying to record, you know, as many artists as I can.
Definitely.
You know, I'm all over the place. Like, and I ain't even gonna front my jacket. I don't even know how I kept it on all night because I was high.
That's a fact. I didn't even think about that.
But I was moving.
It was
like,
flying behind you.
It's a lot that goes on that you have to pay attention to. So, yeah, especially when you're dealing with money and you're dealing with liquor, and you know what I'm saying, you got to make sure that you stay on point regardless of what's going on. So it was a good thing.
I can't front. Homie that had the most accolades from the past, the one that he was like the Busta Rhymes-ish, super energy. He was dope, man. I'm kind of mad that he walked away when I told him, like, just don't bang on anything. That's all I was saying. I wasn't. It was nothing else. Everything he did was cool, but when he banged on the shit, my cousin kind of got nervous,
Yeah,
and I just don't want him to think that like we're savages or something like that, and that we can't manage our crowds. But it wasn't to stop. It wasn't to stop it though.
I say about Nat Burn, everyone have their way of performing, and I've seen him perform multiple places at different times, and that energy, that's what he has. Like he gets on chairs, you know what I'm saying? Like he's standing on top of stuff. He's moving. You know, that's something else I have to be mindful of when I book certain artists. I have to let, you know what I'm saying, the people know, like, they perform like this. They're this type of performer. They're going to move around. They're going to do this. So, you know, and then so I can let them know ahead of time, like, yo, the stuff here is kind of sensitive, so you can't be banging. You can't be jumping and carrying on. So, you know, little things like that is good for the future. So that was one of them experiences. But Nat, you already know. I told you.
Shout out to Nat. What's his name? Nat Burner?
Yeah, Nat Burn.
Nat Burn.
Yes.
Shout out to Nat Burn.
Yes. He already know. Next event, you already know you there. You there.
All right.
Yeah, I just had to say that. Like, I apologize for fucking up his feng shui. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to do that. I was just like, yo, don't bang on the table.
Yeah. You gotta see it from
thing.
all angles. Yeah.
It was a crazy night, man. I
And
definitely.
shout out to the food, Zay's.
Oh
Zay's.
no!
I was about to shout him. I was waiting for
Zay
him.
plays.
Get in there, boy.
Yeah, that sweet and sour chicken was pretty good.
Yeah,
You did your thing
man.
that night, Zay. Play.
She sticks her whole thigh into the plate. And it's not her, it's her mom. Shout out to her mother, because her mother,
Yeah.
I asked her, she's the business side of the business.
Yeah. Her
So,
mother's the one that's in
which
the
is dope.
kitchen and-
Which is dope.
Word,
Which is
mother
dope.
and daughter can't beat that.
Cannot beat that. And I always tell her, tell your mom she's illmatic. Like, I don't know what she be doing. And she does different rices every time. You're not going to get the same rice.
Exactly.
You're not going to get the same setup, never, with her.
Okay.
Every time she does her shit, she does it, and it's a different layout of food that she's doing, different types of rices. She's doing her chickens in different types of ways. Always. You just got to make sure that she sells out.
Yeah.
Golden rule. If you could do that, you good.
Taste that food, she's gonna sell out.
Make sure you get
Yeah,
some
and
of the
word
mac and
started
cheese.
traveling. Oh, there's food in the back. Oh, it tastes good too. Yo, get some of this. Get some. Yeah, so
Yeah, you can't deny that shit. Like it was her. It was great.
yeah,
it was
everything really turned out very well.
great. Performance wise, who do you feel like really shook the crowd like that? And before you answer, I'm going to say this. Off the top of my head, I could say at least 4 that outshined a lot of people off the top. So this is not an easy question that I'm asking, and we doing this respectfully. But in your opinion, who you felt shook the crowd the most?
All right.
I think it was Stack Skrilla. Stack Skrilla, yeah.
Okay.
I think
Shout out to
he-
Stacks. Shout out to Stacks.
I think he definitely got the energy out, but if we're gonna go from the earlier to, because he was like in the middle.
Yo,
I mean,
I'm going to say this. These 2 people, and I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
But really 2, but I'm gonna put another person in this conversation. I'm gonna say, to me, Stack Skrilla, Trife Boss, first song, he smashed it, and I am a person who have seen him perform many a times, and I was surprised at like what he did that night. And I'm going to put another person, man. I'm going to put Gecko, Mr. Mazuma.
Yes, Mazuma Mom, shout out.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to
I
Mazuma
think
Mom.
his second song, the 220, that's what it's called, 220, some shit like that,
like
is
that,
a
yeah.
number. That shit
Yeah, that was good.
had
Yeah.
it
That was a
kind of
vibe.
like dudes was just like it was he had a moment, you know. And when I watch performances, a lot of times it's just like I don't see people who really capture the crowd. It's just them with the audio device in front of a stage.
Yeah.
You know,
I definitely felt that from a few.
but
I
certain
also
people catch
feel
moments.
Like, I also feel like that energy that came from those artists, this was like their first time performing. This was their first time being out in a, you know, in that type of setting with all of these other artists and, you know, reciting their stuff. So it's like, personally, I give them a pass, and I give them like a big shout out to even be able to do that, because it takes a lot to be like, okay, I'm gonna come out and perform with people that do this. He was on basically the stage with signed artists. So, you know, shout out to was it Gorgeous Gangsta, Mazuma Mob? Shout out to you. And you know, you got it. Don't get discouraged or nothing, because you got it. Just keep with it. Just keep with it.
Yo, that night, I think Trife Boys caught the Holy Ghost. You know?
I can't even say nothing about him.
Yo, I think he caught the Holy Ghost.
He just always.
You seen him perform before?
Yes.
All right.
I've been,
So let me say this: I seen him perform many of times, and you missed the Bo Black Trife Boys performances, because the Bo Black Trife performances back when they was rocking heavy was crazy. Yeah. The energy was like them two, unmatched. They shut the show down. Yeah. Seriously. And I'm talking about Trife like that's not my homeboy. I'm talking about him just straight up from what he did. Yeah. Yo, his Bo Black and him time, they used to catch moments on a regular basis. Moments. I haven't seen Trife catch a moment in a minute. And that night, when he did the first song, he caught a moment. And it was crazy to see him do it by himself. Even though I missed Trife's performances, a lot of them when he was by himself, even though he did perform by himself for many of our shits, but he's been doing it before I was even in the business. Okay. So I missed his early years. But in the times that I've seen him catch moments. And that night, when I say that he caught a moment, he caught a moment. And the reason why I say it was surprising to me, because he's a veteran MC. Yes. He's not like somebody who just came up last week doing this. Yes. He's a person who has songs with Mr. Cheeks, Sadat X, Fred the Godson, stuff like that.
You gotta do your research on him, because he got a history.
So his shit is deep. So pause. Fast pause. NASCAR pause. But that night, I saw the old Trife. Like, he's been in his money bag for a minute recently. So to see him in his performance bag, I was like, wow. Mr. Mazuma, a.k.a. Gecko, Global Gecko, the homie. That night, I think he had a semi-moment. Not to the extreme, but I know him. He's very reserved these days. Okay. You know what I mean? He's behind his movement. He's not the person trying to steal the light from the movement. Okay. He done step back and let his team
handle
shine.
That's it. Do their thing.
You know, shine. And he stepped back. So that night, it was for me, one of his rare moments of, because usually he just let them do what they do. And son be in his just vibing. Yeah. But that night he said, I think in his mind, he said, I'm going to catch a body tonight. He said, it's one of those. He said, it's one of those. And when he threw the 220 on, that's a song that he said rock on our shits. I said,
he was.
I said, oh shit.
And Cherish too.
She does it on a regular basis.
Yeah. Well, that was my first time seeing her perform. And I was just speechless. And the energy from her support the way she supports the other artists, Mazuma Mall, period, the way they support the other artists that was there was crazy. I'm like, it was like everybody knew each other. A lot of the artists was meeting each other for the first time. And everybody was dancing together. They coming up on the stage. They this one hype man. They like, like I said, the energy was everything. So
the support that each one of them artists gave to one another.
Yes,
that was,
and that's so important. That's so important. That means a lot.
That's where the power in their crew is. Is the fact that they stick together. They move as a unit, and that's what makes them who they are. And shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We've been rocking with them now, I think, for a year now.
Yeah, definitely.
So they definitely been rocking with S.STREET Media. Cherish, Bree, the Goddess have won one of our contests. She won studio time, 3 hours studio time. And that's one of the songs they performed. No, they performed one of them songs that day. If I'm not mistaken, she did a song with the dude, right?
With
she did one with the girl
and one with him. Yeah,
one with him. Yeah. That's the one. The Bonnie and Clyde type joint.
Yeah.
So that night was a dope night, man. We gotta do that again. Do you have any ideas of which direction you looking to go for your next event?
I was thinking something different because moving away from showcasing and just having an event. Just to get into me a little bit, I love music. I am a music head. Like, my father made my first tape for me. And you know how far back, because I said tape. He made my first videotape, my first Walkman, and he put the songs on there. So I'm jamming to Earth, Wind, and Fire. I'm jamming to all the old school great stuff as a kid. This is what so it just stayed with me. That music and R&B, soul, and all of that stuff, like, that's all me. So my next event, I wanted to incorporate more of what I enjoy. And, from me doing the interviews, from me going to other people's events and, just networking and meeting people, I want to have an event where, yes, you'll have to buy tickets and things like that, but I want people to just come and party. I want you to come, eat, dance, mingle, network, connect with who you connect with, try to have some, producers in the building, directors in the building, try to have people around so that you can benefit from coming to this event. It's not just you coming and, you dancing all night and drinking. There's actually another benefit to being here. So that's the page that I want to go on for my next event. Like, I just want people to come enjoy themselves.
That sounds like a mixer. It sounds like a networking mixer, maybe.
Yes.
Right? A networking mixer.
I could see. Yes. Yeah.
That's funny that you say that, because my first event that I ever threw under the Vandal Hour period, which is my official period of starting to do business. My first event was the Meeting of the Minds. Was my first event. It was at Hablo Nino or Cabana Nino cigar spot in Bed-Stuy. Dope event. Actually, that's where I met the editor of The Source, Shabi. That's where we met at.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Shabi from The Source. So I understand where you're coming from. That's the key to succeed is to network.
Yes.
And to do it in with a lot of people that are influential, that do different things. Like, you have people in all types of fields, and to have them in one room, situation set up, the ambiance is correct, music playing, hopefully some good drugs is in the building, and we're not talking fentanyl.
Oh,
no,
we ain't trying to die tonight.
For some people, fentanyl is the good drugs.
my neighborhood.
I got I'm still at the gate. I don't know. If y'all remember that gate they used to talk about when you was a kid, I'm still there. I ain't go past that.
Oh, you saw what y'all doing over there? Yeah.
The gateway drug? Oh, shit. If that's the case, then I done hopped over a couple of fences. And that motherfucker. I hopped the gate and the little fence.
I was in your yard, too.
I was Jesse Owens over those gates. Yeah.
Hopping them hurdles.
Oh, man, I forgot about that. They said weed is the gateway drug.
Boy, gateway for real.
Man.
At the line. Yo, they playing Biggie over there.
Okay, word.
Yeah.
On the other side of the gate.
I would stay right here with my gateway in the rule number 2.
Good right here.
It was the gun line.
That's exactly what
it was. The gun line.
Don't go past that gun line, boss.
Don't go past that line, boss.
Going to the doctor might have helped a lot of that for me because I don't like needles. I don't like putting nothing in my nose and all that. It's just certain things I don't like from a kid. So it's like from going to the doctor, regular stuff. So it's like, oh no, I can't do this on my. Do that. I'm good.
I understand. I hear you, but there's always a but.
Yo,
put it on.
I had surgery. Yeah. When I was in the ICU, they had to give me the morphine shots.
Whoa.
And the feeling pause that I had when I had got the shot of morphine pause, yo. I'm like, I know why people got hooked on drugs.
Yo.
I was like, yo, my toenails is feeling good, yo.
My toenails.
Yo, I got a story about that. Yo, I went in for a procedure and I had I had back surgery. So they was telling me, everybody, it was my first time going to the office to take this procedure, but it was other people that did it before and everything. It was like, yo, when you get in there, the stuff they shoot, yo, it's like the world, like everybody was waiting for that. And I'm like, all right, so what's supposed to happen? They said, yo, it's like nothing that ever happened to you. I'm like, it's the best thing. I'm like, all right, so I'm going on the procedure. I'm sitting there. I said, yo, what's this called? The dude joked, my man, he used to say, yo, the stuff that killed Michael Jackson. And I was like, so he gave me Profazol? And he was like, yeah. So I sat there, I took it, and then that feeling that come right before you get knocked out, that's the feeling that everybody like that all right, I'm about to be 90. Yo, when I felt that, and then when I had to do it again, I was like, all right, they gave me that shot again. I'm like, okay. This is what they be searching for. And I'm joking with so when you go anesthesia and you get that feeling, they were like, count back to 10. I was like, you don't have to count back. I'm good right now. See y'all later.
Yeah, like
I already feel it.
Be a wrap.
I know what that feeling is. Yeah. So when you get that feeling from that type of drug, the Profazol, or you get hit with like that fentanyl and things like that, you know that right before that 90 night. That's why I be like, if somebody's ODing, they know they about to OD. But they know they OD. They got that feel like, oh shoot, what up, Jesus? Like no crazy, but definitely like that feeling right there with, yeah, you know what that is. You I'm not a drug addict or nothing. No, I'm not promoting none of that. Please don't say
we don't promote drugs.
We don't promote drugs. But
ours was used under the guidance of a doctor.
Exactly. With 10 other people with licenses around.
I tried. I had a surgery, a hernia surgery, and they put the fucking thing in my stomach, whatever that shit, the mesh.
That mesh.
So, which I should have sued for, because you see all them, nothing happened to me, but I be seeing mad commercials about the mesh. You got the mesh? You need to call this lawyer.
10 years ago, did you
what
mesh surgery?
It's a recall. Like, yo, take my belly back.
I be like this. I feel sad. I feel $10,000 type of feeling.
20,000. 40,000.
Doing a lot of stuff in this mesh thing, man.
But yeah, I had the surgery and they gave me penicillin. No, not penicillin. Pardon me. They gave me perks.
Oh man,
that's Percocets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they gave me jar of perks.
A jar.
A jar.
Enough for a prescription. Like
They gave me a
30,
jar.
30 pills.
And I took the first the subscription, you know how they subscribe it to you.
Yeah.
I took it the first day. That shit had me ready to earl. I didn't even want to fuck with it no more. I said I'm gonna withstand the pain. Then fucking with that shit, it made me feel like a heroin addict. Like I can't front you, man. It was a crazy feeling. It made me sick. I said, I'm not with this. Heroin, I don't like down highs. I never was a down high person. I want to pick up, even though weed.
So you like cocaine instead of.
That's a fact, though.
No, we don't.
That's a fact, though.
No, but it's maybe.
We don't promote cocaine. I am a person who has been 13 years clean of usage.
Shout out.
That's what's up.
It was a time that I enjoyed to the fullest.
Hey, yo.
But
Hey, yo.
pause. A lot of bad things happened. You know, when I was under the influence. You know, most of the good things, the things that I like, are bad for you. Most of the things that I like, you don't supposed to overindulge in.
Man.
And I seem to. So yeah, cocaine was my drug of choice. And it was
Hell of a drug.
yeah. It was everything they talk about. That's all I could say.
Yeah.
It was everything they say it is. I also liked ecstasy when I was using drugs too. And yeah,
That was like the morphine
Dust.
I smoked dust before, about 4 times maybe. Yo, when we was young, we used to, we didn't want to be a dust head. So what we used to do was we used to buy a whole lot of weed and then roll 1 blunt of dust and then throw it in the mix. Be like, where it stop, nobody.
When y'all light that shit up and smell that peppermint.
Yo, we had the weed mix with it. You had to take 2 pulls to find out.
Yeah.
That it ain't, that's it. Oh shit, this is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, man. So yeah, I fucked with dust. Did you fuck with dust before?
I've tried it one time.
How you feel about dust?
I ain't never tried it. I would never try it again.
Have you ever tried dust?
Never.
Oh man.
Never.
The first time I tried dust, matter of fact, that's a lie. That was tabs. Was it tabs I was taking? I took
You said
acid.
that.
Yeah, my bad. I was taking
Different trip
acid.
he had over there going on.
Yeah, I was taking acid. My bad. I forgot my first.
I can take that
my
bus.
first dust trip was on 116th and Park. I can tell you that for show. It was 116th and Park. I was with the fellas, and we was doing what they do. I'm going to say this. It slowed time down immensely. Like, we was like...
Statue of Liberty.
Oh, we moving.
Yeah, but
we moving.
Yo, but your ass is like.
Yo.
Yeah, my man, one day he was smoking dust. We wasn't smoking, but he was smoking, and we having this party at in front of my crib. It was like a fake Memorial Day party or something. None of the bitches came. Shout out to my ex-girlfriend Jennifer. She told all the girls, "Don't go." I fucked up and didn't invite her.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a sleazeball. Asshole. She got me back, though. She definitely got me back. She told all the girls, "Don't go." And they didn't go.
Left you with
And
a
so
sausage
it was all of us at the party.
Yo. Hey, yo, party.
And my man was
It was
smoking.
a Diddy party.
Whoa, allegedly. We're going to get into that. But yeah, my man was smoking dust, and when it was time to leave, like he was moving like in slow motion, and he was like, I don't want to say, he was saying he was proceeding to move towards the direction of the other person. But yeah, so
no shit.
yeah, Dust is cool. It wasn't my thing.
Nah.
It wasn't my thing. I wasn't into Dust. I was Tabs. It was a good experiment through times. Like once in the blue, you try it. Not really, but yeah. What made us talk about drugs?
Hey.
Was we talking about drugs just to talk about drugs?
We started about the gateway and just opened up, and we just went
The drugs is the gateway.
The gateway. We just went to it. Like it just started out with a puff pass.
Yes.
Next thing you know, it was
We talking about Diddy.
They said weed is a gateway drug, and it was a gateway to talk about all the other drugs.
We went from drugs to Diddy.
drugs to Diddy. Don't put them in the same room.
That's crazy. Whoa. You know what's funny? Diddy seems facts. Diddy seems to be headlining on social media right now.
Man.
He got social media in a headlock.
Hey,
Pause. Literally. Pause.
Might like that.
Hey,
Figuratively. Pause.
yo, going over here.
Yeah, this dude, he paid Cassie some bread. We don't know how much. Over.
Rumor 30 million.
But I also heard today that everyone is saying that Cassie is not too smart about the decision. It was just about the money, blah, blah, blah. But there's something legally that she did. Now, lawyers, y'all will know. I don't remember the exact term, but legally she put something in the paperwork to where she can speak about, even though the cases, they did whatever, she can still like go write a book and speak about everything that she wrote.
No gag order.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no
yes.
gag
She said she wanted to.
So
She said she wanted to take her power back.
Basically,
And that's what
so I'm
Diddy
like,
did to
that is
everybody.
so smart of her to make that move. Like, shout out to the people she has around her, because I'm sure she didn't come up, with that on her own. Probably somebody put that in her ear, and that's a major power move. And I personally feel that by her doing that, we're going to start hearing a whole bunch of stories come out about him. I mean, we're hearing certain things now. Few people are coming out, but the crew is coming. The crew is coming.
Oh
for
yeah,
him.
of course.
Pause. Seems so crazy
All them
now.
skeletons. All them skeletons about to come out.
Yeah, it's they going ham on homie, man.
He had to step down as the chairman.
From Vivo,
Yeah.
allegedly.
One of the schools that he deal with, they cut ties with him. There's a few.
Allegedly.
A few,
A lot
yeah,
of
allegedly.
business, like
Yeah,
he
a lot
lost
of
endorsements
yes.
behind that.
Yes.
And there's starting to point fingers towards the ex-wife or the ex-girlfriend, her death.
Kim Porter.
Oh,
Kim Porter.
Yeah.
So they point fingers towards that.
There was always
Yeah, because she was in the
alleged
midst
rumors.
of writing her book right before she passed.
And when she was like 44, some shit like that. That's crazy.
So, and I heard
Sudden.
allegedly, that got pulled. That Diddy had something allegedly to do with the book being pulled.
They got excerpts from it online though.
Yeah. You can't stop everything. And he has that type of personality. Like, I've never met the man personally. I can't speak on that. But the personality that he has, what he shows on TV and it's like he can't deal with somebody telling him no.
Of course not.
He can't. That's something that's like, what? No.
He said, "I'm a savage. I get what I want.
Yes.
I get what I want."
Yeah, people like that you
like
gotta be
certain-
scared of, because
it's
they'll
like-
do anything.
Exactly. He
got
walks
bad
around with NDAs in his pocket.
Huh.
He got
Come on,
Paper
I'm
pen.
gonna talk to you real quick. Here, sign this real quick.
Yeah.
Now,
before I say something.
exactly. And then after I say it, you can't say nothing else about it. And that's why he keeps the gag orders and NDAs in his pocket.
There's some real shit. This is a true story, man. When I was about 99, when I was younger, a friend of mine, God bless his dead, my man D Black, he lived in Harlem, a well-known figure. I went to high school with him, one of my right hands, my comrades. When we was after us graduating from school, we never was home at the same time. He'd be in prison one year, I'm home. I go to prison, he's home. Rarely was we home at the same time. One of the times that we was home at the same time, I was living in Flatbush. This is 1999 specifically. I can remember the year. It was 1999. 1999.
Party like it's 90.
Yeah, Prince. And me and my friend was talking on the phone, and he's like, "Yo, I'm working with Diddy." I'm like, "Word?" And he was like basically trying to get money for introducing MCs to him. What you call that? Like middleman money.
A&R.
Not A&R. Also finder's fee. Like short-term management. I could think of it like
360 deal, something like that.
Nah, he was just he was like short-term management or AKA I just want the finder's fee.
Like a
scout. Talent scout.
Yeah. Yes. So that's what he was doing at the moment. And he was doing it with Bad Boy, pause. So I asked him, I said, "Yo, boy, this is my right-hand man." So I said, "Yo, boy, I need you to bring my music to Diddy, nigga." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, boy, yo, you take my fucking music over there. And this is what he said to me. You don't want to fuck with that. Right? And I'm like, now, I don't know the rumors. This is young math. I'm probably like 22 maybe. You know what I mean? For my son, so 22, 23 maybe. And I'm like, "Yo, boy, you around the nigga. Like, yo, bring my music to him." He like, "You don't want to fuck with him." And to this day, I always remember his words like, you don't want to fuck with him. The same friend, we caught a Jukes uptown. It's the statute of limitations is way over. It was like 1994 or some shit like that. Yeah. But we caught a Jukes, and it was me, him, G-Dep, and my cousin and my homeboy from the projects. And we called it Jukes, and so he was in that circle of these people already. Chill Will is his people. Suave from Trouble Neck Soldiers. He knew like all these. He's introduced me to these dudes on a regular basis in my high school time, and he like, "You don't want to fuck with that nigga." And I never knew what he was talking about. I thought it was like on some business shit, maybe, or some grind bullshit.
That was your man for real.
Yeah. And yeah, he
been it too. Shit,
he curved the shit out of me, and I was tight. Like, "Yo, boy." When he said he worked with Diddy, I'm like, "Yo, boy, this is like, we've been listening to the Locks,
everything.
Big, fucking whoever was coming out at that time. I'm like, yo, this is before Wendy Williams was dropping bombs and on him. You know what I mean? I didn't know what was going on. I believed the image that they was portraying of him.
Yeah.
So that's crazy, man. And he just opened up a can of worms for so many people. Now Aaron Hall caught up in some shit.
Yeah, man.
Aaron Hall. Allegedly. Man, the guy from Guy.
They didn't miss you, brother.
Yeah, man.
It's like you see your favorite artists from back in the day. You be like, "Yo, I played their music. I know all of the words." And you so hyped. And then you see these interviews and you hear them. Like, I'm watching Aaron Hall as he's doing the interview. And it's like my smile is going into a frown because I'm like, "Yo, what? Huh?" Like, you gotta be kidding. Like, people have got married off of your music, have had children off of your music, and celebrated anniversaries. Happy moments, great occasions.
But here's the irony to that, though. Some young girl got raped to make that music. Allegedly.
So,
did you read the lyrics of some of these songs of these artists? What you gonna say, girl? My bad.
And you be like, "Why parents were saying something about hip hop?"
So Aaron Hall, creep. Teddy Riley knew he was a creep. You think?
Yeah.
Like the people that you gotta know that the dude that you messing with, like, yo, that dude is like weirdo.
Oh, you 100% right. I know all my friends that's like that. I know all my friends that's on that type of time.
Like, yo,
Diddy, he's around thousands, millions of people, and he has quite a few close friends, people that have known him from way back in the 90s and all of that, and they know, but you will never hear them say a word. They won't try to defend the victim. They won't speak up for the victim. They will keep the information quiet throughout their whole career, throughout their whole life. And that's the part that I think is sick in the music industry.
That's what they call the Illuminati. It ain't the Illuminati. It's that they be in the Illuminati. That's what they be into.
Too much mixing and mingling be going on.
Nobody
want
to get put outside the circle, even though you know what's going on in the circle. Say, yo, either you shut up and don't say nothing.
Some of them might have some of their own weird stuff.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
I ain't telling because y'all might tell me.
Y'all gonna blow
how I was
stuff.
Yeah. My business, whatever. Your business.
Yeah.
So that's
a lot of what goes on in the industry.
That goes on in a lot of
and
in a lot of situations.
Where it is people with power.
Yeah.
But I think that's a little. I think mentally you got to be a little off. Like if I know this girl is being molested or trafficked or raped, if I know this and I've probably seen it and was in, and to know that and to see that and to be around it and to not do anything, not say anything, not even reach out to the victim. It's something that I could never do. I don't care how much money is at stake. And I've been in situations with millions on tables, with nothing on tables. And my integrity and what I would do, it doesn't change. And that's the part that I get so disappointed in a lot of us, because you put a certain amount of money down and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, forget that, morals, integrity, honesty, all that loyalty, all that, now that's going because I got this, but that money is going to go. And especially since you've never had it before, you really going to go through it because you've never had that kind of money. So you're going to do a bunch of dumb stuff.
Well,
but
I mean, most of the people that would do that, they not strong people. So, I'm not going to really, attack the weak because they weak. So, not everybody could be able to be strong like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a lot of strength because you put millions in front of people that ain't never going to be. And if you don't take it, your life is going to be worse than it was.
Worse than
it be like,
before you started. Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta have your support system and your team that's around you, yo. You gotta have that. You gotta have definite and gotta have a conscious.
I've been hated because I've helped people. I've gotten hated on because I've helped people. So, I take that. You can hate me all day. As long as I know that I made some type of difference in this person's life in a positive way, in a beneficial way. Because that's all it's really about. We keep knocking each other down for dumb shit. And it's come on. We destroying each other. It's not about the white man. It's not about him anymore because we are doing it to ourselves. So, we just got to get on a different page.
But not to leave the other conversation, though, in the aspect of, when it comes to, it seems that all the black billionaires, I'm not going to say black billionaires, but I'm going to say the black billionaires.
It's that billionaire club.
No, but listen to this. I believe that all the black people that have become billionaires, that they are trying to take the money from. They don't want them to be billionaires, so they attacking those. I think I'm going to assume that next in line is going to be Jay-Z. It's going to come out with some shit. And we already know his skeletons is heavy in the closet too, allegedly.
He's going to be another one. When one they all going to come out. When one person it's going to be
I get that, but that's the same thing with
and Beyonce too.
With the Cosby situation. The rumor was he was trying to buy NBC and all of that.
Yes, right
so
before
all of the chicks was coming out.
Yes.
Yo,
They knock them
Listen,
down.
but
They knock them
listen,
down.
if you
And those are
allegedly raping chicks.
Yes. And that's where you get
It
tossed.
don't matter.
Because you like,
But let's
Like
say
if
this.
you the black man, yo, dude, you supposed to be
but let me
smarter.
say
They're
this.
gonna catch
No,
me out
so
when I'm in this power. So don't put myself in a situation.
No, but
where they got something on me.
No, all right.
Because all the rich people got shit.
No.
They got
I agree with you. I agree with you on that, God. But I'm going to give you another perspective of it. It's the 70s, the 80s. They are doing so much cocaine and drugs. They are in the free love generation. They're having orgies like it's going out of style. Studio 54, all that shit is going on. I think that it was already happening. I don't think that nobody. So this is my opinion. This is just an opinion. Please do not shoot the messenger. But I think that this was the lifestyle that most people was living back then in the industry. And I think that it was pre-camera. You can't prove a lot of shit.
Yes.
So now I say this is the 70s though, 80s. Yo, a female says, yo, I was in a hotel with him. Yeah, bitch, you was. Or he raped me. All thing I can say, I didn't do it. You understand what I just said? It's not a lot of that shit is not no go to jail shit. It's some court shit for money. It's lawsuits. It's not even few of them is jail shit, and you can tell the more realest shit by how they attack it.
Exactly.
So in my opinion, I don't be around no female personally. I got cameras everywhere, as you may notice. Y'all may not know. But I got cameras everywhere. I don't deal with no one on a personal level unless it's like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust, because it's not now that I got to worry about. I got to worry about 20 years later, you saying, I was in the room with you and you was freaking off. And the only thing I can say is, no, I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like,
your
so,
word against mine type
and
shit.
so the real people who do it, and I'm not defending none of these dudes, but there's a person named Roman Polanski. And he raped a woman outrightly, meaning that she was like 14 years old, the nigga like 80. Nah, he's like 30 or something like that. And he just bounced to another country and never came back. And what's deeper is he still win awards in the United States where he committed the crime. He still wins awards. He still gets movies shown in the United States, allegedly. But you can look this up. This been happening. You know what I mean? That's why let me just say, I'm not going to shoot our people down. But a lot of people just leave the country and try to make their way to places that they can't be touched at. And they've been doing that. But I'm just going to say, I don't believe that all these people are really going through what they say they're going through. I think a lot of it was consensual sex under the conditions of drugs. And they was with the shits. It was going down like that. One person gets a bag. Oh, she got a bag? And I think they're conspiring. I think people talk to each other. I think people are friends, and they're like, "Yo, you could get him right now. It's going down. He already admitted to something already. So everything is a go from now. Like, and you're going to collect checks from these dudes."
I mean, that's the.
Some women
like,
that have
I was gonna say without question. I mean, like, listen, I'm gonna say this. I got daughters, sisters, the mama, and all of that. If they ever said some shit like that, I'm not gonna be like, yo, my first intention would be to believe them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not going to be thinking, oh, they out here to try to get money from the dude, because to do that's a lot to be saying. As far as the woman, I'm about to put my whole life out here to accuse somebody that did something that really didn't do it. I'm about to put my life through the ringer. Am I really going to, you know what I'm saying? Unless I know some shit happened. You know what I mean?
Or unless you got nothing going on.
Exactly.
I mean,
but there's a lawsuit.
But it could be another level to it, because, this go on for years. The extortion game is real. Like, somebody sit there and be like, well, I know something about you, so I ain't gonna tell nobody.
Yes.
But
wait for
No,
the
I
right
mean,
moment.
You think Michael Jackson?
I
I'm not gonna go into the Michael Jackson.
possible.
my man.
It's possible.
Yeah,
It's
so,
definitely
and that's why the
possible.
culture went so long, because there was probably people like, all right, you want to keep that lifestyle? Make sure you hit me off, or make sure this going, because people like, all right,
but-
because they
How
pay
about the
for
one? No,
exclusivity
but you
of
think
certain
you
things
think
too.
you
That's
think
the thing.
everybody that's being accused, and then we're not going to.
Oh, yeah, it's the after. This is the after that.
I'm not even being. I don't want. We're not being naive with this question.
Of course.
But do you really believe that the majority of those people really was it happened to? I disagree. I think it's the reverse. I think that out of 100%, maybe 5%. 7% is real, and the rest is fake. This is why I say that.
This
So
is
wait,
why a lot of
let me-
victims they
I wanna
don't
say
come
why.
out
Let me make sure
because they
I
have
hear
to
you
deal
clear.
with all of that.
Out of the, if it was 100
You
women
think
that got
the
it,
100 like out of 100 women that came out, only
think
5
only-
actually are telling the
no,
truth?
I'm just what I'm saying is percentage wise,
Like,
out of if it was 100% of these allegations that came in, I believe less than 10% is real, and I think that 90% is false.
The rest was all
Now I'm going to say
consensual. That
why.
was all
I'm going to
consensual.
say why, and this let me give my example. It is equivalent to me as black people with the PPP loan.
Wow.
Like people see a come up, and it's a come up, and when one open the door, when one open the door, and somebody see
trying
it.
to say the money is to come up.
So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, because what's happening today has been happening to us for years. Michael Jackson, and I got to use my Virgo brother, man, and I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I'm not a fan of nobody except for Michael Jackson. Everybody else, I like their shit. Pause. You know what I mean? But Michael Jackson was accused of raping children, and there are certain people who still believe these allegations. I'm going to tell you the first thing to do before you think that thought. Look up the FBI report where they was following Michael Jackson for years.
Before that came out.
Before the allegations. They thought he was a communist or something. They was fucking following Michael Jackson. And you know what they said? There's nothing on Michael Jackson about children.
Nothing.
Now, why I said that point, before I say anything else, the kids that accused him, one of the kids, he was on television, if y'all saw it on Channel 7, he went to Pops and the Son on television. He paid for his cancer treatment.
Yeah.
The father asked him for some bread to make a move, and he said no. Number one. Number two, a chick said, his maid said that she walked in on Michael in the shower with her child. Now, if she didn't beat Michael Jackson up, because it's Michael Jackson in the shower with your child, and she didn't go no route but to later accuse him of doing that, something is wrong. So I'm going to say this is what people saw. People saw he was a come up. They said, he's a weirdo. This is their name on. He's a weirdo. He don't fuck with nobody. He's around children. Oh, we got him. That's a bag. And this wasn't from us. It was from our Caucasian brothers and sisters, because they are Caucasian and black, or everything comes from black. So they are Caucasian brothers and sisters. They saw a come up off of Michael. And they do this to a lot of people, man. They do this to a lot of people.
Go down the line with it.
And so I'm going to say, is there real situations happening? Of course. 100. There wouldn't be the casting couch if there wasn't that type of shit going on. You know, there would be no such thing as white boy air quotes.
Hey, air quotes.
The casting couch, if it didn't exist, it exists. We know it exists. I'm going to say this though. Let's throw it in one more way around.
Spin it.
I've been in inside of my office, and a show was going on, and a woman is a part of the show, right? And she's big-breasted. Is that a real word?
Hey,
She's
well.
She's holding in the front area.
Yeah.
That sounded crazy. That sounded crazy.
Hey,
Voluptuous.
hey,
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Yeah,
woman.
voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Yeah, that's the word of the day, too.
Got it.
So, she walked out the room. She went to go to the bathroom. And when she went to walk out the room, I'm by the door. I opened the door for her. She rubbed her chest behind my back.
Woo.
Right? And she did that more than one time. Not that particular. That's when she did it before. And she did that on maybe 3 occasions. Right? Now, that's the proof that it happens, right? So we're going to say, we know it happens. I've been doing this for 9 years. That's the only thing that happened that way, though. So it don't really be happening like that. So 10 years from now, though, 20 years from now, though, she could say, oh, he felt me up.
He was rubbing on my breast or whatever the case is.
You know what I mean? And now, what they could say is they're gonna put it to a date, right? So they're gonna look at the old podcast. Oh, that's when I was there. That was the time we was there. Oh yeah, and people, my witnesses, they was in the room. So not that they seen what happened, but they said, oh yeah, we was all there together that day. And I'm gonna say I didn't touch her, and they're gonna be like, okay. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And I believe that's happening.
A lot of the,
you know what? I told
a lot of the situations. I mean, it's not. I get that. I get it. I'm not saying that there ain't nobody out here that don't have no malicious intents. Like, yo, that dude got some money and he rejected me, so I'm gonna say he raped me or whatever the case is. I know that that's possible. Because we think that is possible. Other people think it and will do it. So I know it will be done. I'm not saying that.
I don't
I'm
think
just
that's
saying,
the first reaction to it, though. If somebody comes to you with that information, you shouldn't go through all of those other thoughts about all of the messed up people and the lies and the this and the that. If they come to you on something like, this is something that happened to me, it should be looked into, investigated, start helping that person out with their mental health and everything else that's going on. Like, it should be those type of steps that gets taken after someone says something like that. If it comes out that they were lying or whatever, then okay, you deal with that accordingly. But everyone or every person that says that they was raped, molested, abused or something, that's a serious thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't take that as a joke. And regardless of what your mind might be saying, like, well, I don't know, and, I've known you to be a little bit of a liar before, or you've been through this, and I don't know. Like, automatically, it's a serious thing. Come on, let's sit down. Let's figure out how we going to handle this.
So I'm going to use myself as an example. And so I'm going to give you a real story. I gave you the real story with that already. So that happened within my 5 years doing S.STREET Media. So when I was younger, when I was hustling, right, one day I came out my crib and 2 younger girls, maybe at the time I was like 21, right, somewhere around 21. My son wasn't born yet, so it was around 21. It's my project day, like a Williamsburg day. So it was before my son, so I wasn't doing the clothes yet. It was pure hustle math. And when I came out where I came from, 2 girls was walking past me. And one of the girls who I know, young girls, I'm saying at the time probably like 13 years old, right? So when they walked past, I said to the girl, I call her nickname. There's a nickname I've been saying when she was in a carriage. You heard? I used to call her this nickname. I gotta shut the fuck up, right? But so I said it to her as I always did. I kept it moving.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking no shit. So I kept it moving. Do you know? 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later, her mom's is looking for me. And so another woman, part of the family, was looking for me, right? And they like on a hunt and come up to me. I come back because somebody told me, like, yo. So I go, when they told me what they said, I was like, and I know this, let me just say this. I know this family my whole life. My best friend's family. So this is real shit. So I come back and they like, yo, she said blah, blah, blah. And let me just say this. I'm friends with all of them. I'm going to get deep. I can't even get deep. But I'm going to say, when I said what I said, I'm like, what they said. And he's like, yo, you try to come at them? I said, wow. I said, yo, first of all, y'all are little girls, man. I didn't even have a conversation. It wasn't no exchange it wasn't even an exchange of words. I said something to y'all. I said a statement. My statement to her was I called her nickname.
Yeah, and kept it moving.
Well, this is what it was. At the time, she hated that I called her the nickname. You know what I mean? She was feeling her oats at the time. I feel so bad for saying this story because somebody might know. But it's a true story though. And so it is easy for someone to say you did something. It is that easy. It is that easy. And if I didn't have a character to stand on, you heard, this is my best friend's family. Her mother is like my OG. Her pops is my OG. Like, we still family to this day. I wouldn't even mention this to anyone. That's why I'm mad I even mentioned it. But it was a reality though. And that was the first time I seen that a person could tell a lie on you and it could change your life in a second.
No, facts.
Yep.
That is facts.
And so I've learned to be very careful. I don't deal with no one in my business. No one can ever say, you hear me saying this? No one can ever say that math came on to me.
Nope.
Never. I dealt with one person in this industry and everyone know who it is. You know what I mean? So I only deal with the top two. I don't deal with the help.
You know what?
You heard? My last relationship, she doing shit. Yeah. She's still doing shit. I messed with lawyers, principals. You know what I mean? Not to toot my own horn.
Yo.
Pause. But yeah, but it's easy to be accused of some shit like that. But I'm going to say this. When you have outright facts that back it up, like with these cases that we were speaking on, there's like people who actually witnessed what was going on. So we not saying that this is like,
he said, she said.
Yeah, this is real. We know. But I'm going to say, that a lot of these situations be a come up. Old school come ups is lawsuits. Yeah. We black people ain't up on that. We just got to own that lawsuit shit. Motherfuckers on the other side been suing motherfuckers for years. We just got on it. Niggas be like, oh, you fucked up my nail. Oh, I'm suing you. How many car accidents you was in and that you didn't sue the person that you was in the car with? You just like, I got a bad back. Fuck, you not even think about no sue. And it's crazy because motherfuckers really, my mother just told me recently that one of her friends, her child was in a car accident back in the day. She said, yeah, what you call it be suing all the time. She caught a bag. She was in it, and she's like, yeah, what you call it was in the fucking car accident, and she sued. I'm like this. Man, when I got hit with the skate in the face,
we ain't getting nothing. You ain't trying to get.
When a nigga left,
when I got hit by the good humor truck, we ain't get a dime.
What the fuck? I had a piece of wood stuck in my face. You know what I mean?
Not even a band.
I ain't getting nothing. And they got mad when I was crying.
Shut up before we give you something to cry about.
Yeah, so they've been coming up on these bags. They've been doing these moves for bags for years. You know what I mean? We just got up on it. You know what I mean? I have a friend that he fell somewhere else in life. He got hurt. Poof. There was a street in like somewhere that it was fucked up. They picked him up. They drove him over to where the shit was fucked up, and then they dropped him right there. And then he fell, and he came up. Shout out to him. Him. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
You heard? He came up.
That's it.
So let's talk about support, man. I think because we have we are the plug on, and we both we all be having these conversations about lack of support.
So,
You know what I mean? I wrote something this week on my Instagram. It said, "Don't worry about the people who don't support you. Fuck with the people who do."
yep.
And that's kind of my new mentality. It's always been my mentality, but I kind of projected it out loud so people could see now, because I kept that into myself. But now I'm projecting it. So, you know, we're in a industry that, especially in New York City, that, you know, supporting someone else, highlighting someone else diminishes your light. And that's crazy, because that is scientifically impossible unless it's the sun and the moon. And this ain't no eclipse. So, you heard? So, how you feel about that?
I'm not even going to lie. When I first got into this promotion stuff, and of course, you're going to run to your family and your friends, you know, the people that you know. You're going to gather them all up and share your good news. And I'm on this time and come watch this. And I was just like, huh? I'm like, wait, I'm seeing over 100 views. And y'all looking at it, y'all see it. Not one comment, not one like, not one share, nothing. And I'm just like, okay, so the people closest to me, y'all just gonna watch it, and then the strangers is gonna come and show the real support, which is follow me, you know, come out to the events, do this, do that. So the fact that the support system was so light, it was just kind of shocking. Cause
He did it.
Yeah,
He did it. That's like the Olympics right there.
Yes.
How low can you go? Pause.
Hey, you.
Yeah, so the support, like he just said, it's the same thing. I try to reiterate it on my podcast. You know, it costs nothing to support somebody else. I try to show by my actions. Like I said, I'm on social media a lot. So I'm constantly liking, sharing, posting on my page, taking this, putting it over here. And people are not asking me to do this. These are people that I deal with who, if I see them outside in the street, I'm going to be like, hey, what up? What you doing? We having a conversation real quick. So that same energy, I give it to them on social media. Like, it's not going to change. The way I would shout you out in the street, okay, you got something going on, I see it here, so I'm going to shout you out with that. You know, not everybody sees things like that, and it's unfortunate. But one thing, I will never stop being who I am. So I don't have to have 1 million followers, 1 million views, and all of that. The circle of people that are supporting me, and it will get bigger. It takes time. You got to be patient, and you got to stay focused on the craft. Don't get so caught up in trying to get so much people to like you, and then they come, and there's nothing for them to enjoy. As you ain't really spend time in, you know, creating your product, getting the material out, making videos, doing whatever it is that you do. So that's always the main thing. That's the most important thing. And once you get that out, the right people are going to gravitate towards you, you know, and that's what I go by. And so far, so good. I have no complaints, you know. Like I said, it's not in the millions. It's not even in the thousands yet on any of my platforms. But the connections that I've made this past year have been incredible. Like, the places that I have been invited to have been, like, major. Like, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, they thought of me to come to this event, to be a part of this. So it happens. It comes. You know, you got to appreciate the growth, the time, and, you know, put that work in.
That's it.
One of your videos on our YouTube page is doing well, though. The Mazuma
Yes.
Mob one is one of your highest viewed shows.
Yes.
And it was like in a week or something like that, 2 weeks that it got.
And that's a big shout out to Mazuma Mom, because just like how I'm talking about, I promote and I share and I like and I this, they do the exact same thing. The exact same thing.
Yep.
And I mean, when they come out, they coming out for you. Like, you're going to know that they in the building. You're going to know they around. So him sharing it and putting it where he's been putting it and everything and speaking about it, because he's out in the street and he speaks to people. So a lot of the information you see online, he's actually telling people also. So they're connecting to it in a different way. They may not hit it on Instagram, but they may hit it on YouTube or Facebook or another type of way. They may exchange phone numbers and they can text. And so whatever he do to get it going, I shout him out too, because that's part of the reason why the numbers are the way they are.
And yeah, and all those platforms you just said all have different algorithms.
Yes.
Like they're not the same algorithm. I done posted something on YouTube that they struck down, and I put that same shit on Instagram, and it's going stupid. So each algorithm is different. Yeah. But yeah, how do you feel about being a creative, and how do you feel about being supported?
Yeah, the stereotype of support, like when they say, "Oh, you don't get supported in your town, in your city, things like that, or people around you." So no, and then when you get, you don't even get big before the people that was supporting you stop. And then they be like, "Oh, but I'll be watching your thing that you do," and then you get like the little word phrase from some people think.
Oh, I
like,
be seeing your little show.
Yeah.
I be seeing your little
stunts like that.
Yes.
And things like that. But other than that, that's just motivates you to do what you're doing at a different platform. Because I'm not here just doing it just for you, but I'm just letting you know this is what I do.
Yes.
So what I do is gonna continue doing what it do, no matter if you support it or not. But at the end of the day, I don't care if you spit at it. I support me or something like that. Say something about it.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. I realize a lot of people, they just don't like to celebrate other people's success. There's just a lot. It's unfortunate. It's very sad, but it's the truth. A lot of people and close to you. Like I've had people that were close to me that will come party with me and all of that. When they see I'm doing stuff for business, for anything for my company, it's like they go ghost. It's like, what happened? We was just having drinks and chilling and all of that. What happened? And I think it's an internal thing with some people. Like, wait, you doing something that I wanted to do but never did, or whatever.
It didn't pan out the same way.
So it's like I don't really want to support. I don't really want to support what you got going on, because I thought about doing it and I didn't, but I don't want your stuff to blow up. Like, I don't want you to be that big.
I don't want to see you in
and then the flip
side
to that too is I say to myself, I don't want to get that big. I don't even want 1 million followers. I don't even want like 100,000. That I don't even think I want. And the reason why I say that is just like he was saying earlier. People for so long, they'll find the opportunity. They'll wait. And when you have kids, you really have to think twice about how you are on social media, because those will be the first ones that they coming for is your children. So I always look at that like, you know what, I'll be big enough for what I'm comfortable with. I don't need to be the top of everything, because then that's when you're going to start digging and you're going to start pulling stuff out. Or if I had an argument with you now, you going up, you making a whole platform just to talk about how much you hate me. And now it's like, I don't want to deal with all that. I don't want to be that famous. It's all right. And then I have another skill, you know what I'm saying? I have my security. So at the end of the day, the 9 to 5 helps me pay for AKA promotions, so that I don't have to be so stuck on relying on other people to do stuff. I got this money, I want to do this, and I can do it. Yeah.
Own backup, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's the best way to be moving, when you move the way you want to move and not the way other people tell you have to move.
Or they expect you to move that direction. Things like
it's
that.
Like, in order for you to do this, I want you to do this.
Yeah.
I don't feel
all the
comfortable
time.
with
I mean,
that.
if you don't know and you're with somebody that has the experience and they kind of showing you through the ropes, then
that's
okay.
one thing. Yeah, that's one thing.
But to totally just take over, try to,
Especially if it's not what you're comfortable with doing, or if you would like to do.
That's how you have to know who to work with. You can't work with everybody. I know me personally, I can't work with everybody, because there's a certain way that I like to deal with people when they're dealing with money. I don't play no games when money is involved. So, we got to be a certain way with that when it's time for the business, and we have to stand up and speak to people and state our case and all of that. That's serious to me. Like, I don't have time for the games when it comes to the business stuff. So it's like you got to really know who you can have with you on your team, because if you make me look bad, like, we not doing that. We not.
You have a good demeanor, though. I'm gonna say for me being around you, you have a good demeanor when it comes to dealing with people.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm more notorious
He's a notorious.
for being the more aggressive business person. Now, I'm just saying this. This is to everyone, because I think people think that we are now working on ourselves. We are not constantly in a space of trying to improve, trying to correct oneself. We are never at a place that we are content with being stagnant. So as in every breath that I wake up, I am trying to be better than yesterday.
Evolve every day you hear.
That's it.
That's a fact. So I'm going to say I'm more notorious for being very serious. Now, being serious is equated in reality to being responsible. Let's put that in the same phrase. Being the person who's what's the word I used just now? I said responsible is equated to what?
The seriousness?
Seriousness. Yeah. Short term, weed equals forget. So a person who's serious and is also is usually the responsible person. More likely than not, because there are exceptions to the rule. But what it is the opposite of being serious is being lackadaisy. Is being you have no gumption.
Carefree.
Right? Carefree. Yeah. So the same sword that would chop me down for being serious will also chop me down for not being responsible. You know what I mean? And when you attach yourself and your brand to something, I'd rather be known as the serious. He is fucking he's the podcast Nazi. He is the podcast Nazi.
You can't do that.
You know what I mean? Shout out to the soup Nazi from Seinfeld.
Yes. No soup for you.
No podcast for you.
No podcast for you.
So I'm the podcast event Nazi. And so what it is I've tried to be laid back. Laid back. What happens when I'm laid back? We have an unsuccessful event. That's the equivalent. That's what happens for me being. But if I act like I don't see nothing, everyone may not see it, and now it's like, yo, what happened?
So
You didn't say nothing.
Yeah, nobody catches it.
So I'd rather be the Nazi, right? But I'm learning now that you don't got to be so aggressive. It's a thin line between aggressive and assertive. And I'm too aggressive when I should be more assertive. Assertive means serious with intent
In a direct.
and exactly what to do. Like there's no space to figure it out. This is what we got to do. Bing, bing, boom, boom. And this is what we got to do by this day. Period. And that's where I'm at. And wherever it falls between understanding.
And I actually like that. I actually like that. I don't like people telling me what to do, and I don't like people putting time stamps on what I need to do. But I also know myself. and I know that I'm a procrastinator. I know this about myself.
What's your sign?
Taurus, the bull.
Okay.
So it's kind of like my body knows who to link up with. Like, you know what, this one ain't gonna let you be fucking lazy. You're gonna have to get up and handle your business. And it's like I want that challenge. I embrace that challenge. So the fact that you are how you are, I see it. I felt it from the first podcast that I had with you. And I'm like, okay, I mean, it was a little off-putting at first, because I even told my husband, I was like, I don't know how long we're going to do this, because I don't really care for him. I think he speaks to people a little bit too crazy. And I don't know if I'm going to be
That's my
able
reputation.
to deal with that without, battling with him, because I feel strongly in what I feel, and he's definitely strong in how he feels.
Can I give you the other side of that? Not to cut your wisdom.
Yeah.
Here's the other side of that, though. So, and I get that a lot. Now, you already know earlier I just said I don't understand sarcasm, right? So I have a deficiency already with emotion. You know what I mean? And being able to detect certain emotion, right? So I speak hard, but I don't. So this is the difference to me. I think there's a difference between malice, and then there's a difference between a person who speaks hard. I speak hard, aggressive, but I'm not speaking aggressive.
I got you. Yeah.
So I'm tone deaf also in one of my ears, right? So, and look at the people who know, look, my family know, I'm tone deaf in one of my ears. So I speak loud automatically.
Okay.
Automatically. So my regular normalness is already stronger than most people.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm speaking assertive, it comes off a certain way. So now what I've learned now to do is, true story, I talk like this now. And I'd be like, so you ever call me on the phone? I'm usually like, yeah. True. You're right. Yes. Because my other tone gets mistaken for aggressive.
And it'll make the next person shut down.
So I've been around people, right? And the reason why, and here's the funnier part though, right? So now, I've never, when I was younger, they used to always say you speak loud, right? They were like, my mother used to always say that to me all the time. Like, you're talking super, so you could tell that I'm already, I've been like that since birth, right? So I've always heard that. You're talking too loud. Yo, why you talking like that? And so I've always heard that. I think that's one of my pet peeves about the way I speak. And now, so when the people say I'm talking aggressive, I take offense to that because I'm not.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not. I speak loud. And now I'm a street person, right? So I speak with.
I'm not talking aggressive. You hearing timidly, motherfucker.
You understand where I'm coming from?
You hearing too timid,
Now,
buddy.
when I'm amongst my true friends, this is the truest shit I could say. When I'm amongst my friends talk stronger than I do to me.
Yeah.
Like my cousin be like, and no lie to you, I laugh when he talk because in my mind I said, I know they can't deal with him. And he's not even a negative person.
Yeah.
He's not. But we come from a time where you spoke hard. It's not, fuck you nigga, suck my blah, blah, blah. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's never like to belittle because people think you talk strong, it's to belittle. No, I speak loud, and now if I speak serious, you take my tone of voice and automatically assume I'm. So let me give you an example. I get this all the time. Why you speaking to me like that? And I'm like what? They be like, yo, you. I'm like, and so it boggles me when I hear that. I'm like, and so and we live in a world that masculine is and aggression is a negative now. Nobody want that shit nowhere, right? So now you soften yourself, right? And now you become something else. Like now, for me, like to be around certain people, I already know, like I can't be myself. If I be myself,
it's gonna be a problem.
This Kool-Aid needs some more water.
I can't be around you. If I have to dumb down, like I get that. I'm loud. I smoke. You know what I'm saying? There's things about me that a lot of people don't do or entertain. And I'm like, but I'm not going, I just won't be around you. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to just handle that real simple because what you being around or whatever is not, I'm not gaining or stopping anything that I was doing.
So who I'm usually around? You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get it. I already know. But when my comfortability level is around, and it's bad that I got to say this, but my comfortability level is the streets. And that's crazy. In any other world, they love me. They laugh. They like, this nigga fucking crazy. Yeah. You heard? Like, no lie to you, my friends, as I said, it's aggressive. It's aggressive. It's very alpha. It's very alpha, and they say you're supposed to be Sigma. That was a new. Was that here? We speaking about Sigma?
Sigma I heard about that.
So I just was listening to someone speak about the Sigma. Everybody talks alpha and beta, but the Sigma is actually the balance of both. Right? So so a lot of people, everybody want to be alpha, and I don't be beta. You know what I mean? But so in the reality, like in the world that I'm comfortable in, that no one asks me, do I got a problem? Nobody asks me to lower my voice. Nobody tells me like, yo, why you coming at me that way? Nobody gives me an attitude. If anything, I'm going through the shit that I do. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not, to me, it's not even going through the shit. I laugh to myself because I say a lot of people could not be in this world. But in the business world, which I understand, you can't be that. They want you to be like Russell Simmons. And I'm saying that respectfully. He is yoga. He is the Buddhist. You know what I mean?
As you do some, shut up, Karen.
I don't want to, no lie to you. I gave Russ a pass.
He gets no passes.
He was on the list.
He gets zero passes.
Listen to me. When I hear an interview of him saying he was at a fashion show and Kimora Lee was 14 years old.
And you was like, looking at her like,
Like, yo, you was a grown man looking at a 14-year-old
like,
Jay-Z
did
Allegedly. So, allegedly. So, let's say this.
That's what he had said.
Let's say this.
You know.
And this is the reality.
And that's what it comes down to, reality right now.
It's alleged that certain peoples was dealing with female rappers when they was underage, picking them up from high school, giving them champagne and stuff like that. And so, you know, there's even a line in the rhyme that he be like, I never saw in the Fox's box. It's in Picasso, baby. Yeah. And I didn't, that's not alleged. That is the lyric from the song. I never saw him with the Fox's box. You dig? Now, some people was messing with Aaliyah. Aaliyah was underage.
I really wish people would leave Aaliyah alone. Like she didn't live long enough to give her story, to even say any really, thing about her life. She went through stuff. Like I just wish people would leave her alone and stop digging her up, talk about who she dated and who she was with. Like, she was a talented artist in my eyes, going way too soon, and that's that.
Yeah, but a lot of these dudes.
She might have been what Beyonce is now.
But no, let me ask you how, and not to be. I'm not going to ask the queen her age because she's a woman. But God, can I ask you your age?
You can ask. I'm 51.
All right, I'm 47.
Whoa.
What you are?
Me? I'm 44.
So I'm going to. This is the reason why I'm saying that, right? So when I was younger, right, a lot of the drug dealers and the hustlers and street guys was dealing with a lot of the young girls. Now, I'm even included in that. You hear where I'm coming from? I messed with a person, I was like 20, person was like 17, you know what I mean? I'm in the crib and everything, you know what I mean? With family, with mother and everything. No hiding, nothing. You heard? I think it was a different time, right? And this wasn't something like I was looking for, nothing like that. Now, this is a person who I dated, and it was serious. So I also dated a person when she was 18, I was 27, right? So I've done this myself. And it was a lifestyle that a lot of people was doing in my circle. It was very normal. I think that times changed, and it's a different thing. Now, in the younger, and before us, let's go like to our mamas and stuff like that, it was the same shit. If you fucked with somebody a freshman and you was a senior, that is possibly 13, 14 years old messing with a possible 17, 18-year-old.
Yep. Just that age.
Yeah, there was
just that age.
And that wasn't abnormal. That's what the
high school girls used to date the college dudes.
Exactly.
So the times done changed. And I like to use myself as an example because I don't want to put my, like, you know, people be trying to like, you could never pull a skeleton out the closet on me. Never, ever, ever. Ever, 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 ever. Ever. I know my story, and my story is not hidden. It's out there. I was a drug addict and stuff. Like, people know I was into other stuff too, you know. So you can never pull mine. But I'm going to say a lot of the people of my peers and older was doing it. Let's go to a lyric from an LL song.
Oh.
Right? And this is what I was going to say earlier.
His what was it? Bad album?
So let's go to a LL.
At the high schools and stuff.
So he said, that's when I seen her. Her name was Brenda. She had a kind of booty that I always remember. I said to my man, stop the Jeep. She's only 17, but yo, don't sleep. I kicked the bass like a football punter and scooped the booty like a son. Yeah. Right?
Pause.
Before we make love backstage, underage, adolescent. Oh, this is one of some people's favorite songs.
Oh, I remember
this
that.
is Poison.
BBD.
Poison.
BBD.
Right? If you want to sing backstage, underage, adolescent, how you doing? Fine, shake a pie. I like to do the wild thing. Action took place, kinda wet. Don't forget the J, the I, the M, the M.
The Jimmy. No.
That was BBD, right? It's no capital crime. I can see that you're 15 years old. No, I don't want your ID. And I can see that you're so far. Who's that you singing? That's Keith Sweat? That's Keith Sweat I was singing? All the songs is here. Yeah, that's Keith Sweat. You look so weird and you're so far from home, but you didn't really miss your mother. Don't look scared. I'm not no bad brain bear, but it's no hanging matter. It's capital crime. Oh yeah. Woo. I bet your mama don't know what that you scratch like that. I bet she don't know how she can bite like that. We can keep going. Of different lyrics of that we all sung.
Yeah, we know it.
Right, we all sung. So that's why I said the times have changed. So when you see a lot of these people who's getting Me Too'd, and you see these people who is being brought up on charges, or you see these people that's being,
I mean,
what it is they're placing
today's standards on yesterday's things. No, yeah. I got it. It's just to show us that yesterday we was really barbaric. That's all that's just saying. And like yesterday
we evolved in these
was really
times.
Right, but we was barbaric back then. Like people want to be like, nah, we, you know, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
You
that
know, the ancestors, they was kind of crazy. Some of them.
yo, this is what when I was
They ain't have no
when the
YouTube
Me
for
Too
them
first
back then.
started, I said any girl in my elementary school, if I did anything that y'all feel, please don't wait till I get the bag.
Don't wait till I get
Tell
the
me
bag.
now.
I said
I
it.
was a horn dog when I was 14, when I was 12.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of. But know what's funny? This how you know that.
And butts and girls in the like in the hallway
But-
in school and all of that.
Now you'll be mad if your daughter came home and be like, "Yo, she's in 5th grade." Let's say she's in 5th grade, and they like, "Yo, the boys keep squeezing my button."
Yes, you ready to go kill every boy in the school.
yeah.
And
Yes.
you know, it's
Yes.
crazy. In hindsight, right? There was like well-developed girls ahead of time, and they would always get like in gym class. All the guys would look
The
like-
attention, of
they're
course.
Like, yo, let's see them do jumping jacks because you know.
Of course,
the girls.
Wet t-shirts, contest, all that.
It's-
Yeah,
and
you
it's
want that.
just, like that's the society of.
I feel like this conversation is
I'm
turning
sorry.
into
Yeah.
a male conversation.
No, no.
Perspective, because I was about to touch on something.
It really was about
It's
perspective.
it's the
Because
male dominant culture that like dudes didn't think about nobody else.
I
The girls
can't even say
didn't.
that because me being a victim of older women. So it's really crazy because somebody look at it like, and then if I say something to a woman about it, they be like, "Oh, so you was touched," you know? And I'm like, "What you mean?" Oh, I went out with a 21-year-old girl and I was only 16 and things like that, and they be like, "Oh, but nobody's saying that." But if I did it to a 16-year-old, it'd be something.
How about
crazy.
how about this?
Yeah.
How about this?
It-
How about this? When I was young, like under 12, real young,
Tell them.
females that I was around was doing stuff that I wasn't into at that point in time, and I kind of was,
Victim.
explored. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, do I hold that against? It's a different time. It was a
Yeah.
different time.
And I get it, yo.
But now, if you hear that shit happening to like a kid now, you like this, holy shit.
Yeah.
But I think that is that's our age has changed.
Yo,
So our perspective have changed.
Movies we seen back in the days like Porky's and fucking Last
Yeah,
American Virgin,
all that
Rich
stuff.
on High. They was teenagers
Weird
trying to
science.
holler at grown women. There was teenage boys in high school trying to get
Grown women.
You know what I'm saying? And that
then,
was like,
and then
okay.
even before that, when I'm telling you, I've been to a babysitter. Now, maybe the babysitter had older children, and maybe the girl, she said, "Oh, let's play house." Come on, she's like 16, 17. I'm only 10. But you saying, "Let's play house," you more developed than me.
You're more advanced.
But you telling me, "Here, this is what you do to a girl. This is what you like," and then. How I'm supposed to feel, or I'm not supposed. Oh, yo, you supposed to be lucky you did something like that.
So the male,
how does that
a man, so they would look at that and they be like, "You told?"
Yeah,
You like, but it's a reality though,
Exactly,
and that's why I
bro.
just want to say that the times done changed,
Exactly.
and so things that was going on. I know a lot of females that was around us that was dating older guys. Like they was dating older guys. And it was a very well-known shit. It wasn't no hidden shit. It was going, "Oh yeah, she fucks with blase blah."
Exactly.
And we be like this. And you be mad like, these older niggas keep taking our bitches.
Yo, check it out.
Pause.
I got a sister.
I mean, respectfully.
I got a sister that's 7 years older than me, right? When I was in like elementary school, my play girlfriend, she was in my class, right? When we got to, I want to say junior high school, but it might have been like first year high school. She was dating my sister's fucking age friends. My sister was 7 years older than me.
That status, they looking for that status, and
like,
they
That was normal though.
Yeah.
Let me just say, that wasn't even
normal.
abnormal.
Yeah.
That was some normal shit.
Letterman
That was
jackets
normal
and things
shit.
like that.
Niggas used to niggas would go graduate from junior high, go to high school the first year, and go back to the junior high school and hang out and pick up females. That was normal. And nobody. And let me say this: if you from my hood, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. That was normal shit. And I'm not saying that I was doing it, but it was being done. And it wasn't abnormal. No, respectfully, it wasn't. It was a different time though. Nowadays, they shun that shit. Half the shit that we probably been through from a female point of view now, these boys would be like, effeminate motherfucker.
It is like,
she touched me.
I'm telling my mother.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. These niggas in this generation are fucking more teachers than we ever did. I didn't touch no teacher.
The devil's advocate for the ladies' points of views or whatever the case is. Back in the days, they might have not felt they had the chance to have the power to speak out the way they do it nowadays. You know what I'm saying? They like, all right, you know, what the fuck was you doing at that nigga crib then? Why, you know, like, why you put yourself in a situation like that? As opposed to, that nigga wasn't supposed to rape me. I don't give a fuck if I was in his crib or not. Like, I don't care.
Of course.
Because I'm in his crib don't mean he could fucking take advantage of me.
Take it back to the 2 a.m. in the hotel, Mike Tyson era and Tupac. You know,
and that's
somebody's lying about doing something else or things like that.
Mike Tyson, you might have gave her the alternative, and it might have been the way you thought it was in your mind.
Exactly.
But in her mind, this the heavyweight champion of the world that's asking me to do some shit. Like, I don't want this nigga to be mad at me.
You talking about the rape situation? Now, let me say this, man.
I wasn't there. So
I wasn't there. I don't know. But I'm going to say this, though. You go to a dude's crib at the time she went. I do remember that. And I don't remember the time, but I remember it was...
some early shit.
Yeah. I don't know what you coming... Let me... You might be conversating. You might be conversating. But I find it highly likely that he pinned you down or something.
But see, this is another situation. He went to, that ain't no civil shit.
He went to jail.
He went to jail.
Indiana prison.
So that was some.
It was real
this
shit.
Ain't no just homegirl trying to get some.
What about Kobe?
Yeah, come on. Oh yeah.
What about Kobe going up in the old Shinobi? Yeah, he went in the shoom shoom. He went inside the shoom shoom. And look, I can name a few people, man.
Yeah, and it's just bugged out. He kind of came back. I mean, it took him a hit, but he came back from them allegations.
Yo, she had DNA from like 3 other people.
Yeah, he came back because at the time,
they smoked him.
At the time of his death, he was like, high regard. He was held in high regard.
They didn't even mention that.
Yeah,
it was really mentioned. Really mentioned.
I mean, they kind of tried to do the same thing with Michael Jackson a little bit. They mentioned his thing,
of course,
but you know, it took them a couple of years before they did that Survivor Michael Jackson.
Yo, that's crazy. Fuck Oprah.
Yeah.
Fuck Oprah, man. Yeah. And Gail got a big old booty, too.
She part of that billionaires club. Oprah part of that billionaires club.
Oh, yeah. She definitely is.
That's that circle.
I'm not going to go into what I think. But I'm going to say this. I imagine her and Gail in some... in some positions.
It's because they got so much money that the society relies on people that got money to know everything and let them do whatever. You know, that's why you would have somebody like a Bill Gates in charge of education systems. Like, nigga, you built Microsoft. What the hell you got doing, curriculums for schools?
They think he got enough knowledge.
Like you did that.
So you do that.
Yo, they be giving out jobs like it's coming out of a fucking hat. Yo. They be like, hey, yo, Bill, you the head of Con Edison.
Yo,
here you go.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Hey, yo, Trumpy Trump, president for you this year, baby.
Albert Einstein did not have laces on his shoes because he didn't know how to tie his shoe, but he could tell us where electricity come from.
They say he couldn't spell cat either.
See, come on.
That's what they say.
but he's a genius though.
Yeah, no. So know what it is?
Genius you are. That's it.
Yeah, genius. You could be a genius in many different things. But we're about to end the show, man.
Yeah.
The reason why we're about to end the show because our live shut down early. Number one. Number two is AKA Promotions like to do short shows. And we know we had her here for 2 hours
almost nap time
in conversation. I wanted to say that at the end so I could say, see, you could do it.
It can be done. It can be done.
I watch podcasts 3-4 hours, man. The ones who I look up to, the podcasts that I'm following back on Fig, the community, they doing 2, 3, 4 hour live joints, man.
Yeah.
So we do short ones, but I know we push the limit on
with this one.
On how you move.
It's much better when you got a lot of stuff to talk with.
That's what it is.
This is the hangout, though.
This is the hangout, man. You heard?
Man,
This is what we do.
Yeah.
So
you let time go by, you don't even
before
know
we
it.
get out of here, definitely want to say thank you for the invite. I enjoyed the conversation.
We enjoy having you here.
This was nice. We're definitely going to do this again. And so everybody that tuned in, shout out to y'all. Like I said,
Everybody
comment,
tuned into the
subscribe,
live.
come back next
friend,
week.
tell a friend.
Yeah, so you can watch the new episodes, go back and look at the old episodes. Yeah, keep up to date.
this is going to be a very controversial episode.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie to you. I went into my real life. I went into my real life. If you know, you know. I don't hide nothing, but I don't put it out there. So like
promote.
everyone knows. So if you was part of the situation, then you might know.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
you might know.
Exactly.
But it's all truth. It's all real.
Yeah.
This might be controversial.
Yes.
I'm saying the word right. Controversial.
Controversial, yeah. She
Yeah.
know her name.
No, it is. No, it is. It's the I got the Coogee. I got the Coogee rap list on S's. You know what I mean? When it comes to S's, I mean
That's that Williamsburg accent.
that's a fact, though. Look at you got to pronounce Winsburg.
Winsburg.
One of the hardest joints to perform.
Williamsburg.
Pause. So make sure you check us out on our YouTube channel on S.STREET Media Network and channel on YouTube. It is S.STREET Media. The Queen call it Street Media, but it's S.STREET Media. We are also on Instagram at S_Street_Media. We are also on Instagram at Skull Street Media. That is the radio station. You can find me on Style by Poverty. You can find a guard, Get Fed Records, on Instagram at Get Fed Records. Queen, where they can find you at?
Okay, so we got AKA Promotions 21 on Instagram. Then we got AKA Promotions 21 on YouTube. And this one, y'all gonna have to go back. I Get Lost in Music. Those are my Facebook profiles. I Get Lost in Music. You'll see it. I don't have time to spell it all out for y'all, but I Get Lost in Music on Facebook. So it's AKA Promotions on Instagram and YouTube, and I Get Lost in Music on Facebook.
All right.
Why you have different names for your things, for your pages?
Because when I started the Facebook pages, I wanted to incorporate my music passion. I didn't know if I wanted to put up just videos, if I wanted to just talk about artists, if I wanted to talk about my personal experience with music. So all of that was in the works when I was coming up with the name. You know, it didn't hash out. One of my pages, because there's 2 Facebook pages, so one of them I have the AKA logo, and everything that's on that page is the artist, is the events, is my podcast, is videos, you know, that. But yeah, the other one, like I said, I just wanted to incorporate into something personal, but it hasn't happened yet, so hopefully soon.
Yo, go. Do you want them to find you on Instagram?
At Too Tough, the number 2 TUFF, Tough Talk.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you tap in with We Are the Plug. They are the plug.
Yes.
Shout out to my man Divine from Lindsay Projects. I said projects, pardon me. From Lindsay Co-ops. Lindsay Co-ops. Shout out to my man Divine. He is the person, one of the people that's rhyming on the intro of her song for We Are the Plug podcast, one of my childhood friends. Shout out to him.
Yes, shout out
Winsburg
to
shit.
Divine.
You already know. Shout out to all my people from Williamsburg, Coney Island.
Yep, shout out.
Brownsville. Shout out to my Brownsville people. I know there's a lot of controversy going on with that. We love
Shout
you.
out to the Brownsville people.
We love you, man. Brooklyn love, man. No disrespect to y'all.
Who comes hunting for us?
Yeah, man. What you call it? We like to joke on here. This is what we do. This is what we do on Fridays, man.
Yeah.
Run those numbers up. You know what I mean?
And if you wasn't here with us, come pop out next week with us. Definitely.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. And also,
You know what? We got to plan one with me and Anya.
Okay.
Gotta have one with both of us.
All
up
right.
here.
Shout out to Anya. Shout out to Kim King.
Yes.
Shout out to
Beautiful people. Oh, y'all are beautiful people.
Shout out to my man Woody Wood, aka the man in the
Miss
couch,
you.
aka the Puerto Rican Ed McMahon, aka Spazer of Chud. We miss you, man. We'll always keep your name alive. Whenever we doing the hangout, we're always going to throw your name into the mix.
Definitely.
That's what it is. Shout out to his, shout out my condolences to his family. We got love for y'all. We still tapped in with each other. And we out here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.